What's up, everybody? It's Jason with Life at Dad's House, and I just finished an advanced specialization course on adverse childhood experiences. We call them ACEs for short. And I want to share something with you that every dad needs to hear. Most of us think if we shield our kids from the big stuff, right? Molestation, violent assault, major disasters, that somehow we've saved them from trauma. We pat ourselves on the back and say, at least nothing horrible happened. But here's the hard truth: trauma doesn't require drama. You see, PTSD, the thing that most people think of, can come from one big event, all right? A single explosion, a single assault, just like a single moment. The complex trauma, that's different. That's the slow drip, the steady storm, the stuff that doesn't look catastrophic on the outside, but it still carves scars on the inside. It's the years of emotional neglect. It's the constant yelling and arguing and name calling that kids absorb like it's secondhand smoke. It's being ignored every time they reach out for connection, and dad's too distracted. He's on his phone or in his own world. You see, there's no police report, there's no headline, there's no drama, but the damage, it's just as deep, maybe deeper, because it repeats, because it shapes how a child learns to see themselves, other people, and the world. Complex trauma is harder to spot. It's harder to admit to, and it's harder to heal. It slips under the radar until one day that kid is an adult who can't trust in relationships, who can't regulate emotions, who struggles at work with bosses or coworkers, because all those little cuts, they started adding up. And here's the kicker: you might not even realize that you're the one holding the knife, not because you're cruel, but because you're careless. Because you thought, I didn't let anything big happen, so we're good. So here's my challenge to every father out there that's watching this. Don't just fight to protect your kids from the obvious monsters, okay? You got to fight the subtle ones too, because trauma is not always just like a house fire. Sometimes it's just a house that feels real cold. It isn't always a punch in the face. It's sometimes years of silence. It isn't just a war zone. It's sometimes a war of words at home. And your presence, your patience, your protection every day, that's what prevents complex trauma. So if you want your kids to grow up strong and stable and secure, don't just look out for the dramatic. Start paying attention to the daily, because traumatic doesn't require dramatic. And as dads, it's on us to stop the slow drip before it becomes a flood.